So she planned with one of the maids in King Udo's palace to poison Ogechi. Ogadima poisoned Ogechi's meal with the intention of killing Ogechi. She was in charge of cooking for the palace maid, and when it was time to serve Ogechi, she poisoned her. In the heart of the vibrant Igbo kingdom of Nduka, there lived a noble prince named Ebuka, with a heart full of kindness and a spirit as free as the wind. He was beloved by his people, but there was one person who held his heart more dearly than anyone else, an humble maid named Ogechi. Ogechi had worked in the palace since she was a young girl, her gentle demeanor and unwavering dedication endearing her to all. From the moment Ebuka first saw her, he was captivated by her grace and kindness. Their love blossomed and in secret, hidden from the prying eyes of the court. However, fate had other plans for them. The king, Ebuka's father, had long planned an alliance with the wealthy kingdom of Umuechi. The terms of alliance were clear. Ebuka was to marry Adanna, daughter of King Obinna of Umuechi. The marriage was deemed essential for the prosperity and security of Nduka, and the king made it clear that without the union, Ebuka would never ascend to the throne. Princess Adanna, the only daughter of King Obinna, had come from a visitation in Nduka and met Prince Ebuka. The few days she spent with him, she fell in love with him and pleaded with her father that she would want to marry Ebuka. King of Nduka had always pleaded with him for the partnership of their villages so as to lead to the development of and security of Nduka. And that was how King Obinna thought of the plan for Ebuka to marry Adanna before their request can be granted. Ebuka was torn between his duties to the kingdom and his love for Ogechi. He knew that if he refused the arranged marriage, he would not become king. But the thought of losing Ogechi was unbearable. In a secret meeting under the moonlight skies, Ebuka and Ogechi vowed their love to each other, no matter what held. It was during this emotional encounter that Ogechi revealed she was carrying Ebuka's child. The news struck Ebuka like thunderbolt. He was faced with the joy and fear simultaneously. The prospect of becoming a father was joyous, but the realization that he might never be able to acknowledge his own child if he married Adanna was heart-wrenching. Ogechi was able to hide her pregnancy for some time, but after a few months it was obvious that she was pregnant. Some of her fellow maids who knew her secret relationship with the prince spread gossip far and wide, leading to the king and queen's ears. When the king and queen heard this, they were so furious and queried Ebuka for allowing such a thing to happen, knowing fully well about the marriage arrangement between him and Adanna. Ebuka had no choice than to open up to his parents and telling them his true feelings for Ogechi and how long they have been together. His parents got more furious and threatened to banish Ogechi if they ever see them together, and also told Ebuka to deny the pregnancy if ever asked in public. The news, however, got to Adanna's ears. She was shocked and devastated. Her parents told her that she was pressing so much and forcing love on a man that has nothing for her. Adanna did not give up. She knew that the child Ogechi was carrying was the only threat to her marrying Ebuka. King Udo can easily call off the alliance between him and my father, but I cannot easily let Ebuka go, she said. So she planned with one of the maids in King Udo's palace to poison Ogechi. Ogadima poisoned Ogechi's meal with the intention of killing Ogechi. She was in charge of cooking for the palace maid, and when it was time to serve Ogechi, she poisoned her. The poison took its toll quickly. Ogechi fell gravely ill, and despite the efforts of the palace healers, she lost the baby. Devastated, Ebuka stayed by her side, refusing to leave her even for a moment. His heart broke seeing her in such a state, and the weight of the loss drove him into a deep sorrow. Ebuka fell ill, his grief manifesting in physical sickness. For days, he lay in his chamber, unable to eat or sleep, tormented by the pain of losing his unborn child and seeing the woman he loved suffer. His parents, King Udo and Queen Adaeze, were deeply concerned for their son. They had never seen him so distraught. Seeing their son's anguish, the king and queen began to understand the depth of Ebuka and Ogechi's love. The queen, in particular, was moved by the sincerity of their bond. She approached her husband and implored him to consider the arranged marriage. She argued that true love was a gift that should not be ignored, and that forcing Ebuka to marry Adanna would only bring more sorrow. After days of reflection, the king summoned Ebuka and Ogechi to the throne room when Ogechi was better. He looked into their eyes and saw the profound love and pain they shared. In a voice filled with compassion, he declared that he could no longer stand in the way of their happiness. He would break the alliance with Umoichi and allow Ebuka to marry Ogechi. On one fateful day, Ogadima, which has left the palace for some time without saying a word, came to report herself to King Udo and told him how Princess Adanna paid her to poison Ogechi. The king was so mad at Ogadima and ordered her to follow him to Umwechi to make her confession to the king of Umwechi with the presence of Adanna. Ogadima, with tears and trembling words, confessed, and Adanna tries to deny it, but her eyes and trembling words proved her guilt. King Obinna was so ashamed of his daughter and pleaded for forgiveness. Adanna could not withstand the shame of losing Ebuka and her dark secret being exposed, and so she killed herself. The news of her death spread round her village and the neighboring villages, including Unduka. After few months, the kingdom of Unduka rejoiced at the news of the wedding of Prince Ebuka and Ogechi. The wedding of Prince Ebuka and Ogechi was a celebration of true love, triumphing over duty and adversity. Though they had suffered greatly, their love had endured, bringing them closer and stronger than ever. As the years passed, Ebuka and Ogechi ruled Unduka with wisdom and compassion, their love serving as an inspiration to all. They never forgot the child that they lost, but their hearts healed with time, and they were blessed with other children, each one a testament to their enduring love and resilience. In the end, the story of Prince Ebuka and Ogechi became a legend and a tale of love that conquered all obstacles, even though set by fate itself. And so the kingdom of Unduka thrived, united by love of its king and queen. The end.